this morning doesn't need motivation. It needs honesty. Not the kind that sounds brave, but the kind that admits disappointment without dressing it up as faith. So before the day starts pulling at you, before responsibilities demand strength you haven't replenished, pause here. Let this be the first voice you agree with today. Not because everything is okay, but because you're tired of pretending that unanswered prayers don't leave a mark. God, this morning feels heavier than it should. Nothing catastrophic happened overnight. No crisis, no breaking news, just the quiet return of questions that never fully leave, the kind that show up as soon as consciousness settles in. Why is it taking so long? Why does progress seem selective? Why does hope require so much endurance from some people and so little from others? This isn't anger, it's exhaustion from believing carefully. There's a specific fatigue that comes from waking up, still faithful, but less certain about timing, direction, and outcome. And that fatigue deserves to be spoken, not suppressed. God, it's hard not to notice, not out of envy, but out of confusion, doors opening elsewhere. Celebrations happening around me. Lives shifting forward while mine feels paused in neutral. I don't want what belongs to someone else. I want reassurance that waiting is not the same as being overlooked, because silence can start sounding like distance when days stack up without clarity. This morning, I refuse to pretend that witnessing blessing is always easy. Sometimes it strengthens faith. Other times it quietly strains it. And you already know which one today is. God, if delay automatically meant denial, I would have walked away already. But something keeps me here. Not optimism, not blind hope, but a deeper sense that there is information in this pause. So instead of asking you to rush the answer, I ask you to reveal what this space is shaping. Not lessons packaged as punishment, not character built through unnecessary suffering, but alignment, the kind that protects future peace, not just delivers outcomes. If something is being withheld, let it be because timing is guarding me, not because I'm unworthy of receiving. God, today I choose to move through the day without internal accusations. I will not interrogate myself every time progress looks uneven. I will not shrink expectations just to avoid disappointment. I will not measure my life against snapshots I don't fully understand. Let this morning reset the way I interpret silence, not as abandonment, not as punishment, not as preference, but as preparation that doesn't need my approval to be valid. God, protect me from interpreting timing as rejection, because the human mind looks for meaning even when none is being spoken. Silence invites assumptions. Waiting invites self-doubt. Stillness invites overthinking. And I refuse to let unanswered prayers become internal verdicts, not about my worth, not about my effort, not about my place in your plan. Let me remain grounded enough to trust without translating delay into judgment. Today I choose discipline over reassurance. Not because reassurance is wrong, but because discipline sustains when emotions fluctuate. I will show up for my responsibilities without dragging disappointment behind me. I will engage life without performing hope. I will move forward without demanding emotional confirmation every step. Let obedience be quiet today. Let faith be steady, not loud. Let my posture reflect maturity, not desperation. God, release me from needing people to understand my waiting, from explaining why I'm still here, from justifying why I haven't left. from answering questions I don't fully have answers for myself. Not everything delayed needs a defense. Not every pause needs explanation. Let me exist in this season without over-narrating it. God, this morning I release the habit of bargaining with faith. Not every day needs a deal. Not every prayer needs a condition. Not every act of obedience needs reassurance in return. Negotiation keeps the soul unstable. It quietly says, I will trust if you respond the way I expect. Today, I step out of that cycle. I do not need leverage to remain faithful. I do not need incentives to stay grounded. I do not need guarantees to stand upright. Let my relationship with you mature beyond transactions. God, there are seasons where clarity goes silent. No signs, no confirmations, no emotional surges to lean on, only responsibility. Teach me how to stand when nothing is reinforcing the stance, not stiff, not defensive, just anchored. Let my faith stop reaching outward for proof and start rooting inward for strength. I don't need to feel supported to remain aligned. I don't need to sense progress to remain steady. This morning, let alignment replace reassurance. God, sometimes hope itself becomes exhausting. Not because it disappears, but because it keeps demanding emotional energy, always anticipating, always interpreting, always waiting for relief. Today I ask for a quieter hope, one that doesn't strain, one that doesn't scan every moment for signs, one that rests without shutting down. Let hope stop feeling like pressure. Let it feel like ground. God, I need a new definition of faithfulness, not measured by enthusiasm, not proven by constant positivity, not validated by visible outcomes. Let faithfulness be presence. Let it be consistency. Let it be choosing integrity when nothing is being rewarded yet. Let it be getting up without applause. Let it be showing up without answers. Let it be staying when leaving would feel easier. This morning, I choose stillness over speculation. I do not need to decode every delay. I do not need to interpret every silence. I do not need to attach meaning where none has been revealed. Let my mind slow down. Let my spirit settle. Let my expectations loosen their grip. Peace does not require explanation. Stability does not require certainty. God, strengthen the parts of me that no one sees. Not the parts that perform, not the parts that explain, but the inner structure holding everything together. Strengthen my restraint. Strengthen my patience. Strengthen my ability to remain composed when progress feels invisible. Let strength form where desperation used to live. God, there is a quiet transformation happening beneath the surface, not dramatic, not visible, not easy to explain. Waiting strips away borrowed identities. It exposes who I am when outcomes stop defining me. This season is teaching me who I am without results, who I am without affirmation, who I am when progress is private. Let me not resist this shift. Let me not rush through it. Let me not abandon myself while waiting for answers. God, this morning I step out of comparison, not because it doesn't hurt, but because it distorts perspective. I release the urge to measure my life against timelines that were never assigned to me. I release the habit of watching others receive what I once prayed for. I release the quiet resentment that grows when blessings appear nearby but not within reach. Comparison makes delay feel personal, but silence is not rejection, and proximity is not proof. Restore my clarity. God, sometimes the wait comes from watching others move forward, watching doors open elsewhere, watching answers land in rooms I'm not standing in. That kind of waiting drains differently, not because I doubt you, but because I feel paused while life continues. Help me carry this without bitterness. Help me witness without shrinking. Help me remain present without numbing out. God, silence has been misunderstood. It has been mistaken for absence, for punishment, for disinterest. This morning I correct that narrative. Silence is not collapse. Stillness is not stagnation. Delay is not denial. Teach me to sit inside unanswered space without self-blame. Let me stop interrogating myself for reasons that don't exist. God, grow me inwardly before you elevate me outwardly, not to delay joy, but to deepen capacity. Some blessings require internal structure. Some answers require emotional steadiness. Some doors require grounded presence. I don't want outcomes that overwhelm me. I want strength that sustains what comes. Shape me accordingly. This morning, I choose softness without fragility. I refuse to harden my heart as self-protection. I refuse to shut down emotionally to survive the weight. I refuse to lose tenderness while seeking stability. Let resilience and gentleness coexist. Let patience and honesty share space. Let endurance form without erasing sensitivity. God, restore dignity where waiting has worn me down. Not pride, not performance, but quiet self-respect. Help me move through this season without desperation. Help me speak without defensiveness. Help me trust without collapse. Let my posture reflect peace, even when answers are still forming.
God, as this morning unfolds, I slow my inner pace. Not everything needs to be resolved right now. Not every question needs an answer before the day begins. Not every ache needs a label. I allow this moment to be enough. Let the noise quiet. Let the pressure ease. Let my breathing return to rhythm. I am here. I am present. I am not abandoned in this waiting. God, this prayer is for the ones who have waited quietly, for the prayers whispered years ago, for the hopes revisited and laid back down, for the faith that stayed even when emotions fluctuated. You see the endurance that never made noise. You see the patience that wasn't praised. You see the strength that formed without witnesses. Let this morning bring reassurance, not answers. Let it bring steadiness, not urgency. Let it bring peace that does not depend on outcomes. God, I release control without releasing trust. I stop trying to manage timing. I stop negotiating outcomes. I stop rehearsing disappointment as preparation. Hope does not require control. Faith does not demand certainty. Trust does not collapse without clarity. I place this day into your hands, not as an escape, but as alignment. God, restore what waiting has drained. Restore emotional energy. Restore motivation without pressure. Restore joy that feels light, not forced, where exhaustion has built slowly, where discouragement settled quietly, where strength has been borrowed too many times. Breathe life back in. Let this day feel livable again. God, grant me the strength to walk forward without clarity, not recklessly, not blindly, but faithfully. I don't need the full picture to take today's steps. I don't need guarantees to remain grounded. I don't need certainty to remain connected. Let obedience be gentle. Let movement be steady. Let trust be enough for now. God, cover my thoughts this morning. Protect me from spiraling. Protect me from quiet self-accusation. Protect me from interpreting delay as deficiency. Guard my heart against bitterness. Guard my mind against false conclusions. Guard my spirit from unnecessary heaviness. Let discernment replace anxiety. Let peace override comparison. Let grace govern my inner dialogue. God, I release the need to explain my waiting. I release the urge to justify my pace. I release the pressure to perform progress. I release the expectation that others must understand my season. Some paths are private. Some growth is invisible. Some timing is sacred. Let me walk with quiet confidence. Today I choose steadiness over urgency. I choose presence over pressure. I choose faith over frantic interpretation. What is unfolding does not need to rush. What is forming does not need to announce itself. What is coming will arrive whole. I will not rush the process. I will not abandon the wait. I will not lose myself in the silence. God, I trust you with time, with timing, with pacing, with the unseen work happening beneath the surface. I trust you with the prayers still unanswered, with the hope still forming, with the future still unfolding. As this day begins, I walk forward grounded, not hurried, not heavy, not defeated, just held. Amen.